Live. Oh, hi everybody. It's Lorana, and it's time for Rose Garden Radio, live from the very center of the universe, Canton, Ohio. Yay. I'm so glad I'm here. I had such a fabulous day here at the shop. I hope you all had one wherever you are. And it's feels like spring. We're getting closer and closer every day. And I thought I'd do I have a great pie story for you today that just, I think it just expresses how we're all feeling. So, for those of you who this might be your first visit, I'm also uploading onto YouTube too. So there's a Rose Garden Radio on YouTube, and of course this is live on my Facebook, Miss Lorana's Alchemical Apothecary Facebook page, and and then it'll turn into a video for 30 days, but then it will stay on YouTube. I guess forever, whatever. Anyways, so Rose Garden Radio is dedicated to helping you shift from 3D to 5D, living more fully from our hearts and living our dream life because we all can. So, without any further ado, let me share this really great story with you. So, this is a pie theory, PIE. So, I draw a pie. And in the center of this pie, which represents your life, is your spiritual heart, which is how we access 5D and how we create our dream life. It's a going from here to here and bringing it all towards us. It's as easy as pie. So let me show you how. And this pie and all these little squigglies in there right now is your life right now. The good, the bad, the whatever, the job you don't like, just the little things that aren't your dream life right now. But this is the life you're living, and we're going to create the pie that you want. And so, anyways, what we're looking for is the first cut that will be the first slice. And that is always sometimes that's the hardest to find. What is your deep desire right now? Let's do it. Okay. So, a young woman came in, oh my gosh, it was just about a week ago. And we were chatting, and her desire, and ironically, you'll love this. Her name is Robin, like the bird. And this will be funny a little later. But, anyways, so Robin was sharing with me, and I think like a lot of us, when spring and the weather after winter starts to pick up and we just start to bloom and we're full of energy and new desires. And she's like, Miss Lorana, I'd really love to meet my soulmate, my person of destiny, my person for the long haul. And I really like to pull them into my life. And I've tried all these different ways and nothing seems to work. And can you really help me? Can I really do this? I'm like, of course, now that we know what you want, to meet the person of destiny in your life, we've got the first cut. That's all we need. Let's grow the slice. Okay, that's all you have to do is keep growing the slice. And so I was like, Robin, well, what have you tried? I've tried, I've tried the online thing. I've tried different chat rooms. I've tried going out to some bars and meeting someone. I haven't had any luck. I'm really getting discouraged. I don't know if there's someone out there for me. I'm starting to doubt it. Do not doubt. There is someone, and you just need to draw them towards you. You will draw them towards you. We have your first slice, which is the desire deep in your heart. So let's do it. And if Miss Lorana can just share her approach when you're looking to meet your soulmate or your person of destiny, is to really look for yourself, okay? And Robin's like, "What? What do you mean? That just sounds so opposite to make it work." And I'm like, "It does sound inside out and backwards and upside down, but I assure you it will work." So I'm like, "Robin, what do you like to, is there a hobby that you have, or what do you like to do in your spare time? Or something that you think you'd like and you haven't even tried yet?" And Robin thought about it for a minute. She says, Mr. Lorana, this might sound funny, but I've really been fascinated with birds my whole life. And I can't identify many, and I hear the different bird calls. I wish I knew what they were, what birds they were coming from. And I said, aha, okay, this is a clue. We have a start. You love birds. Well, how can we grow that? And Robin's like, well, I don't know. I don't know, but I have a hard time seeing how this is going to get me my soulmate. But I don't know. What do you think? And I said, well, if it were me, I would probably start taking some nature walks. And there's a towpath. We have an incredible towpath here in Stark County that goes to Summit County and goes all the way to Cleveland. A lot of people walk it. I see them with binoculars looking at the birds. And so can you get to this towpath? Yeah, I can get to this towpath. Okay, well, that might be a start. And as many of us here at Miss Lorana's, we talk about it all the time. We love the Hartville Thrift. We love it. It's our favorite. We love thrifting, and we love the Hartville Thrift as our favorite thrift store. So I said, why don't you go out there? Because I know they have a lot of books, and they have nature books, and I'm sure they'll have a bird book that you can get, or two or three, and you can start your adventure. So Robin liked that idea. She said, I'm going to go out there. And the next time I talked to her, Robin had gone to the Hartville Thrift, and not only did she find a couple of bird books, she found a bird bath, a big cement bird bath that she was able to take home and put up in her yard. And she started to get these little birds to come, and she started to look them up. And she also found this little plastic bird feeder that she never had. So she got that, and that was only like $1, and the books were $1, and the bird bath wasn't much. And she starts setting up a little bird sanctuary in her yard. And she was like, though, I really was hoping when I was at the thrift store, I just thought maybe I'm going to meet that person. Maybe I'm going to meet them. And I didn't. I had some great talks with people, but I kind of felt disappointed. I said, well, here's the thing. When you're looking for somebody, and we're working on ourselves first, it's easy to sort of get narrowly focused on, I want the person to look like this and be that and all this stuff. And that sort of limits. You are the magnet, your spiritual heart, that will pull that person towards you. But it's good to be open. The more narrow we are, the tinier the funnel. And sometimes that is I want them to look like George Clooney and have this and that, and then all of a sudden that little funnel that is funneling towards us gets so tiny, not even a grain of sand can get through it, right? So let's not get trapped on that. And if you want them to look like George Clooney, that's okay, because I have a funny story. Back in, I forget when it was, it doesn't matter, but I moved to Rome, and I thought I was going to live there, but I realized that it wasn't the center of the universe for me. As we know, Canton, Ohio is. But I thought it was funny because, as we know, George Clooney had moved, around those areas. And, but the funny thing was, if you're looking for a George Clooney type, just take a trip to Italy, because 1 out of every 5 guys looked exactly like George Clooney. So take your pick, right? Don't worry. But anyways, so Robin's like, well, I made the bird sanctuary. I had a friend gave me a pair of binoculars, and I've been, walking the towpath. It's been great, but I'm going to continue this, but I don't know how I'm going to meet anybody in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nature. But I don't really like to join groups, and I don't want to do a group bird watching, and I don't know. I can't give up hope. But what do you say, Miss Lorana? What else should I do? I don't feel like it's working. I said, it's working because you're working on yourself. You're developing something that brings you such joy and such love and such happiness that you're bound to pull all that to you, right? That's an important piece. And then I remembered, you know what, Robin? I live in a historic neighborhood close to downtown called Vassar Park, and I've been there about 5 years. And every year there, I have noticed there's these 2 little yellow birds. They're a couple. They come together and they'll bathe, then they'll be in that Ganesha together, and they're always together, and they come back every year. It's so interesting. I said, you should drive by my house. I gave her the address, and just see if you can catch those finches. See, they're golden finches. And so Robin said, okay, my next day off, I'm going to do that. So she did. I gave her my address. She got in her car with her binoculars and her bird book, and she pulled up in front of my house, and she sat there for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. But sure enough, there they came, the golden finch couple. Okay, so she got out of her car real quiet like, and she was looking through the binoculars, and she was reading about them. And then they started to fly off, and they went around to the side of the house, and they got on the pussy willow bush that was starting to bloom, and then they fluttered down the driveway, and they started to flutter around the corner to Fraser, and they started to go up the corner. So she just quickly had her binoculars on, and she kept following those finches. And she went up about, I would say, she told me about a block and a half. And then the finches flew over this hedge, and she just started to go up the bank and poke over this hedge. And what do you think happened? Boo! Somebody poked their head up. They were working in their yard. A man surprised her, and she's like, whoa. He's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm following these finches. They're a couple. Miss Lorana says they've been around this neighborhood ever since she moved in. For over 5 years, she's seen them. He's like, she's right. I've always watched them too. And I moved here a couple of years ago with my dog, You know, we love to sit in the backyard and watch these birds, and, you know, we really like birds. And come and take a look at my yard. So she made her way through the hedge, and this guy's name was Randy, and or is Randy. And they started to chitty chat, and she remembered something else that Miss Lorana said. She said, you know, when you meet this person of destiny or someone you feel that it has a potential to be your soulmate, I said, it's really not as much of a look as a feeling that you're going to feel that's going to alert you to take a little bit of time and get to know this person, that this may be significant. And it's a feeling that you have inside yourself that whispers in your ear or in your heart that says, give this person a chance. And that's how she felt. And that is what's going on right now. So you never know. You never know as you open up to yourself how it's going to turn out. And I guess I'll have the rest of the story someday, but there's a fine potential here. Oh, and look, we've got a new pie. See how easy that was? That old life that that Robin was living, where is it? It's gone. A new life has taken over, overlaid the old, and that's how it works. Folks, it's as easy as pie. Stop by anytime. I'm here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Can look up the hours, and I'm happy to chat and help you discover your pie for yourself. Okay, you guys, I love you. I hope you're having just as fabulous of a day as I've had and will continue to have. And I can't wait till I see you next time. All right. You guys take care, and I love you. Bye bye. Bye for now.